Now I'm recording the meeting.
Okay. Hi, Chris. How are you today?
Hi, it's a pleasure to see you finally.
Yeah, I talked to Brent on the phone and he told me just how busy you've been, with this growth period the last couple of months. So we scheduled out about 10 minutes for this call. Does that still work for you?
That sounds fine to me. And again, I appreciate you being able to accommodate to Zoom today. I know my schedule's been very busy, and this was just what was most convenient for me.
Of course, no problem at all. Yeah, I'll stick to our 10-minute time limit, I promise. So, just to start this meeting, I like to take a second to, understand your business model a little bit and some of your needs so that we can determine, if our solution is a good fit for your business. So go through maybe some of the things that you're looking for, some of the problems you're facing, and then we can dive into a short product demo. And then you can ask me any other questions that you have at the end. Does that agenda sound good to you?
Sounds great with me.
Awesome. So I guess the first question I have is what are the major, um, you know, business development goals that your company has right now?
So as of right now, we've made quite a bit of growth within the last few years, and we're still trying to maintain that family size that we want to portray out to the public, as being a family business. And I think it's just a little difficult right now as we're growing, and we're going to have to expand here pretty soon. Not many people know of this, but recently our website was actually hacked. We had
Oh,
technical difficulties with that. And so that we're just trying to keep right now a little bit low. But, I think just some being a relatively new company, and we don't personally have a CIO, I think some advice in this area would be very helpful within our industry.
okay. Yeah, great to hear. Um, I took a brief look at your LinkedIn and saw that you are fairly new to this role that you're currently filling. Can you tell me a little bit about how that transition has gone?
Yeah, it's gone pretty well. Currently, I've just been doing my best to see how this role fits in. However, there was really, as I said, our business is new. There was no one really to help me quite coach or learn the process of this position I'm in. So it has been a little tougher to adapt and understand my responsibilities fully.
Yeah. For sure. Well, that's definitely something that we can help with. And then I guess my last question is what kind of support do you have on your team, both from, those higher up, like when you're making, I'm assuming you're bringing potential, business opportunities, purchasing decisions to the CEO and CFO of your company. What kind of support do they give you and what kind of support do you have on maybe your closer team?
Regarding the CEO and CFO, they provide great support, and they're essentially the backbone of our company in terms of morale and just supporting each other and being sure we really uphold those values of our company. Anything that we do bring, though, we definitely have to run through them. So, such as this today, we'll
Yeah.
definitely have to reassess and make sure that they're involved in that conversation.
Okay. Yeah. Great to hear. So it seems like a lot of the problems that you're facing right now, both in terms, just like the personal transition into this role, as well as, wider business development struggles. I think that we definitely have some products that could really be beneficial for you, or some features of this product. Um, I know you mentioned earlier that, you know, you're kind since there's no CIO at your company and you're essentially acting as an interim CIO, is that correct?
Yes, essentially.
Yeah, so you're looking for, a bit more guidance to help you transition into more of this managerial role. I saw that your background is mostly, on the technical side. Am I right in assuming that? And this is kind of new kind of a management role for you?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, awesome. So I think one of the really beneficial things that we could offer you with this product is our executive partner. Um, Essentially, the Gartner executive partner, oops, um, is just a um, very established CIO themselves, and they're just there to give you mentorship as someone that's been in your shoes. They're going to be your primary point of development at Gartner. So ensuring that the product is running smoothly for you, but also any sort of, purchasing decisions or, strategic business decisions. that you are facing in this role, they can be really, really helpful for you. This is an example of one of the amazing executive partners that we have working at our company, David Ulmer. He was the CIO of North Carolina Department of Transportation for many years, and as you can see, he certainly has the credentials to back him up. So just wondering, like, do you think the support from someone like this could be beneficial to you?
Oh, I do. I believe this would be extremely beneficial, as I mentioned earlier, with my relatively new footing within this field.
Awesome, great to hear. So another question I wanted to ask you is, I mean, in terms of, like, let's get down to the numbers. In terms of, budget cuts, growth, contracts you're reviewing, like, how are you currently like, when it comes to the purchasing decision, are you the one, looking at these vendors and taking the time to research these purchasing options, or is that something that your CFO handles?
I definitely, as mentioned earlier, this is something I would bring up to him, and this is something I have a big part in, as this directly involved with my department. So essentially, he would have to see if this fits in within our budget. However, this as of now, I see that this is something that could potentially be very useful to us, and I will have a part. I'll have part say in that regarding our.
Great.
One question I
Okay.
do actually have is,
Yeah.
though, do you have any CIOs that are familiar with our industry?
Yeah. So our executive partners come from a variety of industries. Um, we have CIOs, obviously a ton that have worked in the consumer product goods industry, but even more specifically in food and agriculture, and even alcoholic beverages. So would definitely be able to match you with someone that can, fit your needs.
That sounds wonderful.
Awesome. So sorry, going back to what I was speaking on earlier is the other two aspects of our Gartner for CIOs product really dive into these, strategic purchasing decisions. So the first part of this is going to be research, right? So we are here to give you all peer reviewed data completely from third parties, from our Gartner analysts themselves, to help you understand what vendor options you have available to you, so that you can, cut costs and get the highest return on investment. Additionally, the cost optimization tools are going to be very specific to your business. Essentially, what this is a 20-minute survey that you fill out just about your current business practices, your financial goals, your industry, etc. And it's going to basically spit out to you a report of areas that you're going to be able to cut costs, and maybe some areas that you should consider looking into. Both of these can be really, really helpful when it comes to purchasing decisions. I know, as someone that works in IT, you're certainly aware of just all of the different, technologies available to businesses these days. So it can be really overwhelming to, go through Google just to look for the best information possible. And as coming from my background before sales, I worked in marketing and PR, and I know that companies are going to be filling the internet just with a lot of PR and a lot of marketing in order to attract you, but this is going to be biased information. That's where we come in, right? By providing you with information that stands alone. So do these also seem like something that could potentially be beneficial to you?
I think the cost optimization tools will be a great key point, especially when speaking with our CFO about why this is something that we might need in our company. And yeah, that looks really interesting to me.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great point. One of the ways that our CIOs find the cost optimization tool to be the most effective is in, preparing for meetings with higher ups. It provides you essentially with a very in-depth, but I would say also brief report of basically all of your areas for growth and opportunity where you can cut costs. So it's definitely a great asset to have going into board meetings or any sort of meetings with the CFO and CEO. Awesome, Chris. Well, I don't want to take up too much more of your time. I know that you are a busy man, so if you have any questions for me, I would love to cover some of those now.
Yeah, like I said, I think you've covered a basis of what I wanted to know. I guess my next question is when would you be available to speak with our CFO?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I have some availability next Monday. Um, but to be honest, I will clear my calendar whenever you and the CFO are available. We'll make it happen.
That sounds wonderful to me. Thank you very much
Awesome.
for this meeting.
I'll send you an email just to schedule that meeting as well as share this information with you. If there's anything else that you would like me to send in a follow-up email, please let me know and I'm happy to send that over.
Of course, if you could perhaps maybe just send a brief overview of everything we've discussed today, just in review. So when I discuss it with my associates, that'd be wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely. No problem at all. Thanks so much, Chris.